Alright, before I tear apart my forge, I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to try to take it off apart piece by piece, but it's been together so long it might have welded itself shut. But anyway, it's a piece of metal right here that I got from a lawnmower blade or something. This is a drum, I believe, to a core. I'll take it all out so you can see it better. Basically, this is all full of dirt and bricks. It's a wheelbarrow. Look underneath it. It's basically just a wheelbarrow that I fill up with bricks and mud and stuff like that. And just with some pipes running to my blower, which is my hand crank blower. And my great grandfather's hand, Blacksmith and hand crank blower. And if you take it apart, there's just little paddles in there that blow, that just moves as you turn it, and the paddles push the air through, kind of like a steamboat paddle. So I'm gonna start tearing it apart and try to show you piece by piece. Hopefully I can take everything apart and it'll be easier for you to understand. But I got a feeling most of that's probably rusted shut or welded shut from the heat. Alright, I got the plate out, which is basically just a drum to a car wheel. Pretty simple. You can get that at a junkyard for hardly nothing. And I just threaded a big old pipe to it. You can see these bolts right here. I just threaded me some pipe onto and right straight onto it. I just had this sleeve right here is separate than the core brake. And I put this top part and I just bolted it through. Just probably drilled it out, and I don't remember what I did exactly. It was a long time ago. And this is this air conditioner vent. I duct tape it to the pipe which went to my blower, but my blower is disconnected now. And this is you can see the inside of my forge and what it is now. Which is I'm not sure what this stuff is. I'm guessing it's clay that is holding up in time. And underneath that clay and dirt, you can see some square things as fire bricks for a fireplace. Oh, there we go. Yeah, they're still good. Don't use any kind of brick if you're gonna use brick. You gotta use a fire brick, which gets red hot. Like if it gets red hot on this side, you can turn it over and touch the back side and it'd still be cold. But you don't have to use that. I just had them lying around, so I used them. But you can just use. Well, you're about to see what I'm about to do. I'm gonna tear this apart and show you the next step. Alright, from the first step of making the forge, I'm making 4 posts. I'm basically just 45 and 2 boards. I split a 2x6 in half, and after I split them in half, I ripped them on a 45. I'm making 2 little corners like that. So basically all I'm doing is just putting them together like that and just nailing them together. I'm going to do 4 posts like that, and then I'll show you the next step. Alright, let me show you what I got. Basically it's a box. I got my 4 corners. I got this right here nailed to it. And I got like a joist, but I got it off-centered on purpose. It's not directly in the middle, because I got to put my pipe right here coming straight down the middle. So I move my joist over. Basically I'm just going to put some boards across this, block it in, make a big square box. Basically all I'm doing for right now. And I'll show you as I go along. Alright, just to give you an update, I just finished the floorboard. Basically I'm just going to cut a, light's kind of in the way right now. Basically I'm just going to cut a small hole in the middle. It's big enough for that pipe right here to fit through from a forge. But right now, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just going to build up the walls around it and make a square box. Basically all I'm doing is making a square box right now, and then I'll show you how to make the forge after that. Alright, to show you the progress I made, I built the box, the square box. I ran out of lumber, so I didn't do the back. I'm going to fill in the back tomorrow or whenever. Okay, I took my skill saw, cut out a square hole, which this pipe right here will fit in. But I'm going to fill this in with dirt first before I put it in, because I got to keep the heat from hitting this wood, so I'm going to fill this up with dirt and clay and bricks and whatever else I can find. And then I'll show you the order and all that, what I do. Alright, this is my clay that I'm using. Let's see if I can get that on camera. Alright. It's red clay from a river, from the Chapalaya River, actually. Like 100 feet from my house. And I got that black stuff, I got like charcoal dust mixed in with it. Basically, it's the same stuff that was in my last forge. The top half of my clay turned to bricks because of the heat. But the bottom half was all still good clay that I can still use over. So basically, I'm just reusing the same clay that I had in my forge. Just to do the bottom layer, and then I'm going to use new clay for the rest of it. I got a little stand right here. I'm going to see how that stand works out while I throw that clay down. Okay, basically, you see I made like a little donut around that hole. I'm going to drop that little piece in right now. And drop my metal plate in, and it's all full of mud. Now I'm going to fill the whole tub up and put it in my back wall. I'm going to fill in the whole tub. Ooh, it's kind of focused. With clay, and the very top half I'm going to use a different kind of clay, but it's still river clay. It's just new stuff I got. So I'm going to get a wheelbarrow full of clay and throw it in here and shape a big bowl out, and I'll show you as I go along. As you can see, I got a hole. There we go. This is a big hole right now. But I haven't been showing her. As I go through the steps, I just take a little bit of concrete ready mix. I'm just gonna sprinkle it here and there. Just a handful here and there. I haven't been doing. Just gonna sprinkle a little bit of concrete powder here and there. It's like a handful. I don't want the whole thing concrete. I'm just gonna be mixing it with the mud. Here's my bucket of river clay. I'm just gonna case it in. Stop it, dog. Don't eat my charcoal. It's basically just a kind of look like a wok cooking pot, just a big deep hole. My measurements is 2 foot across, about 3 feet wide. But you ain't really gotta do it like that. You can do, most of them are like 2 foot by 2 foot, and they real short. I just made mine a little bit wider, so I do a lot of working with long pieces of metal. So I made mine a little bit longer than normal. But it really ain't, the size doesn't matter. It all depends on how you're using it, what you're using it for. I'm gonna throw a little concrete powder on top of it. I've been mixing the concrete powder with the mud too, but it ain't mandatory. You ain't gotta do it. I was just doing it just to throw it in there because I had it. I'm gonna let this set for, oh, I don't know, about a week. I'm gonna hook up my pipes back to my blower. I'm gonna paint this, and then I'm gonna burn some metal, and I'll show you, show me work. I'm gonna show you doing something. I don't know what I'm gonna make in it, but I'm gonna do something in it. But more or less, that is the whole process of making a forge. Alright, just trying to eliminate any confusion that people might have. This is the bottom of it. It's just that pipe coming out. It's just some pipe that I bolted to a brake plate or a brake drum, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to hook it up to my blower with that pipe. The forge, to be ideal, it has to be however wide it is. That's how deep it should be. The reason for that it needs to be as deep as it is wide is it burns all the oxygen coming out of the air, and that way the metal doesn't get full of air, and it makes it very hard to weld and stuff like that. So you want to burn all the air out of it before the air touches the metal. So I think this is like 20 inches deep and 20 inches wide. I don't know exactly how to measure it. Maybe a little bit more. As long as you're the same distance deep, the same distance wide, it should all work out. I'm gonna hook my pipes up to my blower, and so basically just let this stuff sit for about a week, let it harden up, and then I'll just show you from there. I'll show you how to make charcoal and everything on me. We'll make a batch of charcoal probably tomorrow, I guess. And I'll show you how you make charcoal and you can use that in your forge. Alright, show you what I got.